Do you get embarrassed of me?
Yeah.
You're like, we've been doing this how long, and you're still fucking with me?
And you're still fucking around.
That is the one thing you will learn about me, is that even in very serious situations, I will fuck around.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think you've learned from me, at least I hope I know, that I have no shame.
What does that even mean, though? Like, no
There's
shame?
very little that I'm not willing to do or say, regardless of the social circumstance that I'm in. I know how to behave if I have to behave. But if I'm in a situation...
I don't.
See, if like... if we're meeting people and it's like, hey, you know what, like, these are our coworkers, like, please be nice, cool, awesome, whatever. As soon as I've made the conscious choice that I fucking hate these people, all bets are off.
Oh, okay. I just don't have a filter.
No, yeah.
Like, I've said some very off-the-wall things around people that
have.
I probably shouldn't have said things around, but
I think that's just because you're
I
in the
did it
military.
anyway. I have my mom's mouth. That's what it is.
Yeah, you do.
Jesus Christ.
What? Who said that? That's weird. Welcome in, listeners. I want to take you on a trip. Imagine it's late at night. You're in the woods driving, getting ready to go home. You're tired. And then you come around a corner and you see a
naked grandma.
Naked grandma. You see a 7-foot tall monster of a human figure with glowing red eyes. And before you can react, it takes off flying into the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Mothman. Hola, buenas tardes. I am Jonathan, your representative of Latinos Against Spooky Shit, with my co-host.
Kellen, representative of Crackers Against Scary Shit.
Still workshopping that name. We're getting there. We're getting there. He's from our non-melanin division. He's the over 800 credit score squad.
I'm on the that sounded scary, let's go check it out team.
Yeah. He's part of our first wave of defense for investigating spooky shit. Oh man. But we're gonna be talking about Mothman, my guy. Do you know much about the Mothman?
I know very much about the entire story, so if it's not in there, I will poke you.
There's quite a few things that I've left out that will be included in a part 2.
Okay.
For like deep diving. So this is going to be talking about when they've seen him, regarding like the first sighting, who saw him, circumstances, and kind of the things leading up to the big investigations. And then we'll lead into the famous sighting on the bridge.
Okay. I assume we're going to have the curse and
Cornstalk, yes.
And Mr. Smiles.
Ooh. I don't think I got a lot of Mr. Smiles on here.
You don't have some cold. What's his first name?
Oh shit. Are you talking about the investigator?
No. Indrid Cold. Indrid Cold was Mr. Smile, and he showed up before the Mothman stuff even started at Point Pleasant and told somebody that something was going to happen. But that ties in, and so does the Men in Black, and there's a lot of stuff that ties into this story. So
there's Men in Black didn't really become a thing until this story.
Yeah, because they were running around from house to house, asking people questions.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna do a Men in Black episode later on down the line.
Okay.
But there's one story of the Men in Black, and they're like trying to get a camcorder to work.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure it out. So
Jesus Christ. Always leave it to government agencies to fuck it up. But Mothman, for those that don't know, originates out of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. I'm just getting over being sick, folks, so I apologize for that. But so Mothman's first sighting, I was not aware, was as late as it is. November of 66.
Yeah, there was nothing before that.
There was fuck all before that.
There was that curse back in like the 1700s, but then...
Which we'll touch on that one. But and even then, the curse doesn't really talk about the Mothman. It's
not
just...
necessarily. It just talks about like... Well, whenever. We'll get
Yeah. But the night of November 12th, 1966, a group of grave diggers near Clinton, West Virginia, encountered the first reports of a strange winged creature with glowing red eyes. So right off the bat, we're fucking grave digging. We're breaking a lot of...
I feel like there's not a lot wrong here, though.
They don't need the fucking... Yeah, what do they need their gold for?
Yeah.
Being buried, right?
So what's the difference between digging up some homie from 1864 and digging up, like, pharaohs and stealing their gold and shit?
One of them, the British, will eventually grind them up to dust and use them for toothpaste.
Shit, for real?
Yeah,
They do
they used to do that to mummies, dude.
That's dope.
They'd take them, grind them up, and be like, right, Reginald, this is great for my gums. Which is why their teeth are all fucked up.
Oh, Reginald.
Oh, Reginald, quite, yes, indeed.
I don't know if you've ever been to England.
I've never been to
But they
fucking...
sound exactly like that. Just kidding. I did I've been to England.
You went to see where your people were made, huh?
Ireland is where
Yeah,
my...
you got a wee bit of the Irish in you, don't you?
That was before I even knew how Irish I am.
You're so fucking Irish that you've got a clover leaf in your asshole. I've seen it.
I'm saying it.
It's the mark of a good man.
It's not a brown starfish down there.
It's not a brown starfish, it's a brown clover leaf. My doctor said it's hemorrhoids, but I know I've been touched by the patron saint.
I know better.
I know better. Oh.
The patron saint of bungholes.
I call it the kiss of Seamus. It's St. Patty's kiss itself. Oh, man. So this is the first instance where it's reported, right? It does get overshadowed by later instances, but this is the first one where people are like, oh, shit, okay. Like, some weird's happening in West Virginia. Baby mama, take me home.
To your home.
Now, I didn't know this about Mount Pleasant, or Point Pleasant, sorry.
That it's in West Virginia?
I didn't know that for sure until I started doing this. But I also didn't know, like, how much shit happened in Point Pleasant.
In a very small time period, too.
In a very small time period. But before we get into the 60s and all the fun stuff that happened with the Mothman, we're going to take a step back into time. To a time of 1777. Where
This is a good year.
it was a good year. It was a great year. It was a year after the Declaration of Independence was signed. 1776.
Yes.
I know my math. I know my history. I don't know my history.
You're right.
I am right. Okay.
July 4th, 1776.
Is that what we celebrate the 4th of July?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's crazy.
That's when we declared our independence.
I thought people just really liked that date for some reason. You know, like 9/11. So, in this particular place, the Shawnee leader, Chief Cornstalk, comes into play.
It's a dope name.
It's a very dope name, but it's unfortunately overshadowed by death.
If you could go back in time,
Yeah.
speaking of Native Americans, would you arm the natives with modern weapons to fight off the whites?
100%. 100%.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go back and I would stop the conquistadors. I would tell the conquistadors, like, hey, all this incense and frankincense that we're burning for you, it's not because we think you're gods.
I said Native Americans, not Mexicans.
Yeah, we are Native Americans.
South America, maybe. Or Native Central American.
I'm sorry, Mexico is part of America.
Central America, yeah.
It's distinguished as Central America because it's in the center and it's divided by, false borders. But also, I don't know, California, Texas, Nevada, Arizona, we're all ours.
No, they were part of Spain, not Mexico.
They were not a part of Spain, excuse me. How fucking dare.
They were part of Spain.
They were not
so was Mexico. It was all part of Spain at one point.
Well, yeah, after we got conquered, sure.
Yeah, because you suck at fighting, apparently.
It's true. We were
on your fiesta, and then you're gunfire!
A couple bottles of the
Madre de pijos!
We didn't even sound like that yet. We didn't know Spanish then.
Oh, that was the conquistadors, sorry.
Yeah. But Cornstalk. I forgot where I left off for a second there.
Corn cob.
Cornstalk is in this interesting position at this point in time, right? Because as you said, Native Americans being slaughtered en masse by the fucking colonials.
I don't think at that point in time, I think there was a few mishaps, but at that point in time, there wasn't like the Indian Wars or anything.
Not in large scale.
It was more the 1800s was more of the kill all the buffalo, kill all the natives kind of
Buffalo
mindset.
Soldier. But this is a lot of where it was leading to.
Yeah.
And
there was tension.
There was a lot of tension. And Chief Cornstalk's tribe was kind of split down the middle. Half of them were like, hey, we think we can coexist. We think that if we go in peacefully and
Sorry.
and talk to these people, like, we can coexist and we can figure out a way to, like, everybody get along. And then the other half was like, nah, fuck these guys. Like, this is our land. They're coming in and they're trying to kick us out. Like, we shouldn't deal with that. So Cornstalk was kind of in a rough spot. He's like, you know what? Like, I want to err on the side of peace. Start with peace negotiations first, and then we can kind of go from there. So,
but I mean, you know, white man.
I know white man. They can't jump, and you can't trust them.
Nope.
Those are the two things I know about them white folks.
Can't jump, and you can't trust them.
I've seen the movie. Goddammit, white man can't jump, but. So this leads into the Battle of Dunmore, or Dunmore Battle, which is I guess you would call him head general of this fort that was placed before Point Pleasant became a city.
Are you talking about the military base?
Yeah. So
commander or
commander, thank you,
captain, general, whatever.
Dunmore. But Cornstalk's like, hey, you know what? We're going to have a peace talk. We're going to figure this out. And they go in, and Commander Dunmore, or Captain Dunmore, or Fuckface Dunmore, whoever, ends up just fucking opening fire on Chief Cornstalk, killing him and his son.
So, I'm just going to throw in, he went to the fort to sue for peace.
Yep.
And it was him, his son, and two others.
It was a small party. It was not a large raiding party.
The captain, because they were being treated well in the fort.
Yeah.
And the captain left, and he said, "Hey, make sure these men are treated well. I have to leave. I'll be back." And while he was gone, the soldiers in there are the ones that shot them.
Yeah.
And they shot Cornstalk like 6 or 7 times with muskets.
It was more than that. He got
fucking times, but he was still alive because his last words were the curse.
So allegedly,
the last
his last words were the curse.
White people are so scared of curses, though.
White people are terrified of curses.
Yeah, it's funny.
They're afraid of curses until they're not, and then they're like all over it. But Chief Cornstalk's last words were. A lot of people have different versions of what his last words were, but essentially he doomed the land to always be cursed against these people, these invaders, and that they would know no peace if they decided to colonize, embark. That's what I'm thinking of. Set roots, establish. If they were to establish like a city there.
Well, because he was just cursing the land where his wigwams and stuff were, right?
Yeah. And so, thus ends the brutal murder of Chief Cornstalk. Curses the land. I'm out, homies. Dies, got shot 9 times like fucking Tupac.
Like Tupac.
Or 50 Cent.
Tupac's the one that got killed. 50 Cent.
I don't believe Tupac's dead.
You don't?
No. I don't think he's dead. But that's another podcast episode. Do you believe in curses?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
So, okay. So interesting. Do you believe in...
You think it's interesting because I'm Catholic that
Yes.
I believe in curses?
100%.
If somebody lets their religion dictate what else they can believe in, that is astounding to me.
That is kind of the whole basis
Because that's
of
fucking
religion.
crazy. Because I'm Catholic. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus, all that. But I believe in aliens. I believe in all of the cryptids.
Yeah.
Curses.
Gays.
Yeah, I don't fucking care if you're gay or not.
You heard it here first, folks.
I don't. Like, I'm not gay. I've been hit on a lot by gay men.
I know.
And
I've tried.
I'm like, yeah, that's...
And I'm not even gay. I'm just like, dude, just kiss me, man. Don't be weird about it. Like, we don't have to look at each other when we do it. Like,
I actually got a drink thrown in my face by a gay guy in Missoula. I was at a bar.
oh shit.
Yeah, I was at a bar, and he grabbed my ass, and he asked if he could buy me a drink. I'm like, oh no, dude, I'm straight. Like, I'm as straight as it gets.
To be fair though, you have a very nice ass. Like, I get it.
I understand.
Sometimes I'm walking behind you up the stairs. I'm like, I just want to bite it.
I just want to. I
just want
to eat it.
Yeah, but not from the middle. Like, I just want to take a chunk out
From like the side.
Yeah, like it just looks like it would be like a good filet mignon. You know.
I have a scar on my right butt cheek.
Do you want one on your left?
No.
Okay.
I had a nail
Oh fuck.
stick into my butt and then pull out like on my right butt cheek.
I
I had like a little roof fall on me when I was tearing down a shed.
similar but different.
Different, but still same.
That's so stupid. That's so funny. I sat on a pencil when I was in middle school. So bear with me for a second. I don't know how, but you remember how our desks, single desks, had like that slight slant to them?
Fuck yeah.
So I put my pencil down, freshly sharpened pencil. It was a number 2 Ticonderoga.
I was gonna say, was it a Ticonderoga?
It was a Ticonderoga, brand new, out of the box, fucking sharp. Set it down, got up. I guess somehow this bitch slipped off, hit the back of my seat.
Oh, was it like?
And like stood up.
That's impressive.
It's fucking very impressive. I don't notice. I go and sit down.
And you still didn't notice.
And I was like, it's weird. Where's my pencil? Every time I would turn, just squeak. But no, butt cheek. Got the pencil up there.
My older brother shot me in the ass with a blowgun dart.
Good.
Yeah. Trav, if you're listening to this, that was fucking funny.
Yeah, you should do it again.
I don't think he still has that blowgun.
You can make another one. Jesus. Wait, was it one of the homemade ones or one of the ones you would buy?
It was one that he bought. It was at his frat house.
It would be a frat house. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah,
But-
I was just there to hang out. And
So they had to take me to the hospital. They had to extract it. They had to take the lead out because it was in like 3 inches in my butt cheek, which is
see, 3 inches in your butt cheek? Ow.
yeah
3 inches in your butthole? Ow.
easy. Oh,
Just kidding.
yeah.
I just wanna
we've been
say-
to Bible camp. We get it.
I just want to say that my back has not been the same since I haven't been able to pop it on those desks. Because they had that tray
Yeah,
underneath.
it
where
was
you
the
could lean
perfect.
back.
It was the perfect size to pop the fuck out of your back,
You
dude.
could lean back and just pull on
Yeah.
that tray, and it was just. It was amazing.
It was great.
It was amazing, and my life hasn't been the same since.
I wonder how much it would cost to buy one of those desks.
It's like $379.
Wow, my back is not worth that. Never mind. I don't care.
I've thought about it.
Yeah,
They're on
go,
Amazon,
You want to go half seas on one,
and I just put it.
or if you want, I can just blow your back out.
I just put it willy nilly. No, I'm good. I want the Backcracker 3000 from my high school.
Whoa, we call it the back white guy 3000.
Back white guy? The Backcracker?
There it is.
Okay, got it.
Took him a second, but he got there, folks. That's all that matters. Oh boy. Well, this fucking town's cursed to shit apparently because so much happens over the next couple hundred years. But there's just a long history of misfortune surrounding Point Pleasant,
Let me hear it.
including, but not limited to, floodings that occurred in 1913 and 1937.
The curse was like, I'm going to wait 138 years.
It has to
And
marinate.
then I'll do it.
Curses have to sit for a little while. You gotta let them forget about it. You gotta let people okay, maybe there's no real curse.
Like when Jesus rose in 3 days.
I like to think that was just lag.
It was just a lag.
The queue into the server was just fucking wild.
I could just imagine the conversation. Jesus gets to heaven and God's like, hey, you got to go back down in 3 days. And he's like, Dad, I don't fucking want to.
I don't want you, Dad.
They killed me.
Yeah,
He's like, that was part of the plan. It was what? You let them do that to me?
You knew? Just him in his room. Son, you got to come out. No. You got to get out there. They're waiting for you. I don't want to.
I'll move the rock. Just go back down there.
God being, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah? No, not you. It was the expression.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God damn it.
The light.
The light. The light.
The light.
So dumb.
The light.
So this town almost gets wiped out twice by a flood. Not just like a minor flood. So these floods just fucking devastated them. Then, of course, we have the fire of 1880, which is a devastating fire that destroyed an entire city block of the downtown area.
Only a block?
It was
the
only,
Chicago fire was worse. And that was started
Point
by
Pleasant
a cow.
was only 3 blocks wide.
Oh, really?
It was a very small town. Like, at that time. Yeah.
I don't know anything about the town.
No, it was very small at the time. So, like, a city block was, like, almost half of it.
Like a third of the town burned?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it?
Yeah, we're over here like, we want a fucking bigger body count. It's like, well, most of them died, dude. They never determined the cause of the fire, but they have argued that it was part of a large pattern of destruction tied
honestly,
to this.
I bet the cause of the fire was something that could generate enough heat to start a fire.
I hate that I had to listen to that with my own ears. I am dumber for having heard that.
My IQ just dropped 3 points.
Tremendously. Then there was the barrage explosion of 53. Just before Christmas, a tragic barge... Sorry, I read it barrage.
Barrage or barge?
Yeah, it was Barrage Obama, which is weird. I knew it. He's been in it the whole time. He's the Mothman. The barge explosion of 53. Just before Christmas, a tragic barge explosion killed 6 men from Point Pleasant. The explosion was believed to be caused by mechanical failure. Seemed like just another random tragedy, but for those who believed in the curse, it was yet another example of the misfortune falling on the town. So you believe in curses.
Yep.
Is there a logic to your reasoning? Because again, not to say that, like, you know, people of certain faiths don't believe in certain things, but for the most part they don't, right? Like, a lot of people, like, having grown up...
apparently.
Yeah, like, so like, having grown up Pentecostal Christian, in my...
what?
Pentecostal Christian. Pentecostal.
No, I heard
okay. You just
What
look
is
like I was... It's a different subsect of Christianity. So, you know how you've got Presbyterians, Lutherans, Baptists, Pentecostals, one of those. Our beliefs are a little bit different. We still believe in the Holy Trinity, except to us it's not 3 separate things. It's one person. It's one being with
Father,
3.
Son, Holy Spirit.
Yep. We believe in speaking in tongues.
Oh, God.
Yep. We believe...
You whip out snakes.
With, like, fucking parcel tongue, like Harry Potter. It sounds like that. We believe in being able to prophesize over people. We believe in having people being able to translate the tongues, speaking, and being able to, like, translate it into English or Spanish or whatever.
Is it like a personal translation?
How do you mean?
Because you believe that people are able to translate that.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting there and I'm personally translating and be like, fuck! They're gonna kill us!
He knew about 9/11! It's funny. So only certain people are anointed with the ability to translate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And only certain people are allowed to prophesize over others.
Fucking A, dude.
It's.
I bet they're all white, too.
So many Mexicans.
No, I meant the prophesizers.
I mean, a lot of them are, but which is funny.
So,
yeah,
you speak in tongues. Is that an example?
Yep.
What's it mean?
I don't know. I used to do it just because I felt left out. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers are speaking in tongues. These motherfuckers are speaking in tongues.
I'm not gonna religion shame, so
we're just gonna leave it at that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just done talking about that.
That's so, like, with our belief thing, it's like.
So does your religion allow you to believe in curses?
So that's what I was gonna get to before you interrupted me.
Oh, my bad.
No, that's
Continue
fine. I'm
talking.
used to it. You know,
so anyway,
you just colonized my thought process. That's fine.
The Irish were slaves too. Damn it!
It's true. You guys are You guys are the Mexicans of the United Kingdom.
Of Europe, yeah.
But yeah, no. So, like, they believe in curses, but we believe in curses that are, like, just of the devil. Like, there is no ulterior forces. There's no, like,
anything like that.
It exists, but it's just from the devil.
Oh, okay.
Like, everything pretty much just traces back to the devil. Bad thing happened, devil. Good thing happened, God.
Devil.
You know,
he's trying to trick me.
Honestly, like, sometimes my family would be like that. I'd be like, guys, like, there's this awesome opportunity. This thing happened. They're like, be careful. Could be the devil trying to trick you.
Careful.
Like, bitch, I'm getting a raise. What do you want from me?
Some dude offered me $1 million to see my butthole. That's not the devil talking.
No, that's just a horny dude with $1 million.
Would you? For $1 million, would you show...
Show butthole?
Yeah.
Baby boy, I'd do it for $20.
$20 to show your butthole.
I
don't even send dick pics to my wife for free.
Which is wild that you charge me for them.
I actually don't send them at all. I learned my lesson the hard way.
Coward.
I got caught. Damn it. In like eighth grade, I got in a lot of trouble for sending and receiving nudes in 8th grade.
Oh, you got dick pics?
I sent dick pics or naked pics, and I received boobies and vagine.
The forbidden uncrustable. Oh God, that's good. The forbidden panini. So we found out about Cornstalk. We found out about the curse. We found out about these guys in '66 and their
and '69.
Hey. But it wasn't until a year later that we have our big case, the big event. That is what causes this to start.
A year after Corn Cob?
Not after Corn Cob, a year after the Gravediggers.
Oh, okay. So and that was
66.
1966. So, yeah. Okay.
So in 67, we have these two couples.
Oh, I know this story.
Yeah. So 2 young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and then Steve and Mary Millette, or Millay, depending on the pronunciation of the name. They were driving back. And
driving back from what?
They were driving back from, honestly, just driving around town.
Didn't they go out to like the old dynamite plant?
No, this happened near the dynamite plant,
Gotcha.
but they weren't there
because it's like abandoned.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's fuck all to do in small towns. So they were literally just driving.
I know.
Trust me, we know. So they were literally just driving around, just hanging out. Listening to whatever song was popular in '67.
Fuck yeah.
And they rounded a corner, and they said that in the middle of the street was this humanoid figure standing about...
Figure.
Standing about 7 to 8 feet tall, a wingspan of close to 13, 14 feet, giant glowing red eyes, and that it locked eyes with them before taking off. Now, they're obviously scared. They start driving away.
Why?
Why would they be terrified of this thing?
Yeah,
right?
why are you scared?
They start trying to drive away. The person driving at the time was, I believe, Roger. He clocks it in his rear view, and it's following them. And he's like, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. So he starts speeding up. He's hitting almost 100 miles per hour, and this thing's keeping up with them.
In 67?
In 67, which is like 300 miles per hour now.
If we have any old people that listen to this podcast, let us know if you actually could drive that fast back in the day.
You could. In 67?
I don't fucking know.
You could.
My dad was born in 67.
Prove it.
I don't have his birth certificate on me. I have his death certificate. I'm just playing. I don't have that either.
Way to bring the fucking mood down again. They should have just rolled down the window and be like, hey!
Hey! Go on, boy!
Go on! Just make random noises.
Oh, that's my cousin Reggie.
Hi, Reggie. Hi, Samantha.
It's why he has the wings. He's inbred.
He's mutated to have wings. But they're trying to drive away from this thing, and it would fly ahead of them, and it would perch on like street signs, waiting for them, kind of taunting them. They felt like kind of
Turn around, Richard.
Yeah, right. But it wasn't until they got to one of their homes, they all rushed inside, freaking out, and they called the cops finally. And it wasn't until the cops were on their way that they saw this thing dip out, flies off, and it flies towards the abandoned dynamite factory, or the abandoned TNT mine, or the TNT area.
I'm like, you don't mind?
Sorry, TNT
nitroglycerin.
And like they were saying, they're like, if it had just been one of us that had seen this thing, we wouldn't even be fucking calling the cops. But the simple fact that all 4 of us saw this thing.
Well, yeah, because the cops aren't going to believe just one person, but a group of people that saw the same thing, like, that's actually...
4 people, all, like, cognizant, fully aware. They weren't drunk. Like, they were, well, you know.
Was it in the 60s when, like, everyone started doing... Coke and shit?
70s, 80s.
Free love! I don't know. I was in the 90s.
Yeah, I was like...
when we all wore
30 years after.
Purple fucking jumpsuits and...
Oh, my God.
Those windbreaker suits.
What a better day that was.
Yeah.
Many times.
Our bowl cuts. Actually,
I never got a bowl cut.
You never had a bowl cut.
I never had a bowl cut.
They were...
My family loved me.
I remember my older brother we were talking about getting a haircut.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want a bowl cut so bad. All my friends have bowl cuts. And he wanted one.
Oh, my God.
It was like the in thing.
You know which fucking haircut I hate right now? The Edgar.
Edgar.
So
I'm not into the whole fashion thing.
That haircut is very, very popular among Latinos more than anything, which is why you haven't seen it because you're white. The Edgar is...
I hang out with you.
I'm the only Mexican you know.
That's a lie.
Name me one other one.
Artie Mendoza.
Who is he?
One of my friends growing up.
Is he from here?
Yeah.
Was he born in Mexico?
No.
Okay, then I'm the only Mexican you know. So, I'm just saying. So the Edgar is like part of a bowl cut on the front as far as the bangs go, all the way around. Right?
Okay.
But the top of it is all like spiked. I know. You're right.
That sounds horrifying.
It's fucking horrible. I have to show you a picture.
I'm over here like, yeah, give me a high fade. Because apparently I can't let go of the military haircut.
Well, that's because that's the only time that you ever felt loved.
Damn.
Sorry. I love you so much. I don't know why this haircut became popular or how, but it is...
Have you seen the way kids, kids wear their hats like this nowadays? They don't pull it down.
Yes.
It makes their head look like 10 times fucking taller.
Yep.
And it drives me crazy. Like, how is that cool? How is that popular?
Or kids who will purposely give themselves the baseball hair. They'll put the cap on, and then with the longer hair, they'll blow it out.
Pull it back.
Yeah. I'm like, you can't... You have to earn that shit. You have to fucking work for that.
Do you play baseball? No.
Do you?
Take that fucking hat off. We're right!
My father served in the Little League Corps.
The Little League Corps.
For you to fucking disgrace my family name like that.
I played college
I was
ball.
best little runner 3 years in a row.
I was the best pinch runner. My on-base percentage was off the charts.
Mockery of MLB. Well, they call the cops. Cops go to investigate. They go down to the TNT area, which allegedly was also a World War II munitions depot back in the
40s.
In the 40s. But I didn't find much on that. I'd have to dig a little bit more because I barely grazed it. But shortly after this incident is when these gentlemen that we would now come to refer to as the Men in Black start showing around.
I fucking love them. They're so weird.
And they start asking random questions, weird questions. But at the same time that Men in Black show up, the grandfather of modern paranormal investigation appears. That is the one, the only...
George Washington.
Abraham Lincoln. No, John Keel.
John Keel.
John Keel, an investigative journalist who first brought the Mothman story to the wider public, documented numerous strange occurrences in the Point Pleasant area. His reported sightings and or different phenomena are ranked in the thousands, allegedly, regarding how many different cases and sightings were seen by the Mothman. Now, originally, he did want to call this creature the Batman, but due to copyright and all that kind of fun stuff,
the Batman.
Yeah.
Only
just based on the
only
descriptions
someone
that were given,
stupid would name a character the Batman. DC, fuck you. Just kidding.
So he opted for the Mothman instead.
I want to see the Mothman. I want to see aliens. I want to see it for real.
I would love to. If I knew one of two things to be true, that either I could defend myself against it, or B, it was peaceful towards us, then yeah, absolutely, I'd want to fucking see.
Oh, dude, just land on my truck while I'm driving.
Fuck that.
I just want to. I want to see it for myself. I don't want to see videos. I don't want to see.
You know what pisses me off? Hold on. You know what fucking pisses me off about nowadays? Current day, 2025 is the time of this recording. All this technology, all these fucking phones with this amazing quality, and we can't get a clear fucking shot of anything that people record that's creepy or weird or paranormal.
Yeah, we have phones that can zoom in and like, oh, you can see the lunar surface with this camera. Okay, why can't I see that fucking glowing ball of light that you zoom in on and it just becomes pixelated?
Yeah.
Like,
also, stop shaking so fucking much, okay?
Eat! Drink water!
Get some fucking potassium in you. Jesus.
The fuck? You have some low blood sugar, guy.
Fuck me. Or the worst is when they zoom in, but they lose it because they zoomed in too far, then they have to zoom back out to find it again, to zoom back in. I'm like, just stop. Just stop. Okay, I'm sick of your shit. Like all this stuff with the goddamn drones and shit in New Jersey. Like, what
was that all about?
We've stopped talking about it. I don't know why, but we haven't gotten a single clear fucking.
Wasn't there like
they're minivan sized?
They were that big.
They were that big.
Because I was reading a few articles and there's like quite a few of them floating around. They had to shut down a military base, an airport, a bunch of shit.
I for one hope that it's our squid overlords coming out of the ocean and taking over. I welcome our new tentacle friends.
I'm sure it's just China, but yeah.
I want it to be squids. All right? Or octopus. I ask for so little in this world. I would love a pet octopus.
That'd be pretty cool. When I was in Hawaii, I go to Hawaii a lot. This was 8 years ago. And
he goes back just to remind them that they were colonized.
I was snorkeling, and a little baby octopus was... When I like surfaced, and I went into shallower water so I could stand up. And I looked down. There was an octopus just hanging on my leg.
Yeah,
it was cute.
They're super chill.
Yeah, I rubbed on him and he unhooked. And
as long as it's not the super small blue one.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because those are extremely venomous.
It was like orange or.
Okay, yeah, no, they're chill.
Yeah,
they've got I think the intelligence was like a 5th grader.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're super fucking smart.
I think dogs have the intelligence of like a 7-year-old human.
Something like that. Well, I've met some of your dogs. It depends on the dog.
Frodo's very smart.
Frodo's super smart. I love Frodo to death.
Prim is smart.
She's just a pup.
Kind of needy. Yeah, she's little.
She's a pup. She's Frodo's also kind of needy, but not in that way. Like he'll come and he'll like throw his head on your leg and be like, "Attention." And then if you don't give it to him,
he just wants
like,
some forehead scratches.
Yeah, and then he's like, "All right, okay." He'll fuck off.
Yeah. It's like his favorite place to get scratches is right on top of his head.
It's the best. I love him. So John Keel starts these investigations. Men in Black start showing up. And they're not your typical government agents. No, they were strange figures who appeared just seemingly out of nowhere and often acting in an unnerving and odd manner. Their interactions with locals only added to the growing mystery surrounding Point Pleasant. John Keel, theorized that they were part of a much larger and more complex phenomenon involving UFOs, extraterrestrials, and interdimensional beings. So you think Men in Black are real?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't think they're human.
So you don't think they're part of a government? So, okay.
I don't think they're part of the government. I don't think they're human at all.
You think they're their own thing?
I think, because from everything I've read with the Men in Black, all the descriptions of people that have met them and whatnot, everyone has said that they look human, but they seem off. Like they'll smile the whole time, like they're trying to make people comfortable.
It's that I don't know if you've heard.
It's like a lack of
Have
humanity.
you heard of Uncanny Valley?
Mm-mm.
So Uncanny Valley is this principle of like something that's humanoid looking, but it's trying too hard to look human to the point that it doesn't look human anymore, and it's just unnerving enough.
Because all the Men in Black stuff, they're all smiling.
They're all smiling.
It's like, okay, did you think that a smile is like friendly, so you sit there and you smile, and you can't just smile the whole time.
So you don't think they're human?
I don't think they're human. I think
do you think they have anything to do
either interdimensional or alien of some sort?
Okay.
As well as the Mothman.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they're interdimensional or alien of some sort, and they try too hard to act human.
Okay.
And I think that's their fault, because if they didn't just sit there and smile the whole time, people would probably buy it.
Sure.
And they probably would have answered their questions.
They're trying a little too hard to sell the
Yeah.
whole we're human aspect of it.
Like Injured Cold, he was like the first Men in Black.
The first one that
And
showed up, yeah.
I can't remember the guy he talked to. I can't remember the name of the guy that he talked to, but he like pointed down at a city and he's like, "What do you call that?" And he's like, "Well, that's a city." And he's talking about how like humans are more advanced than the civilization he came from, but that also is like, how'd you get here if we are more advanced?
Woodrow Derenberger.
That's the guy he talked to.
Apparently,
Injured Cold, yeah. But yeah, I guess Injured Cold like showed up at his funeral, and like I think it was his daughter said that Injured Cold was at his funeral, and he just kind of stood in the back, but he always had that smile.
Creepy smile.
He
Too
just-
big for his face, people described
Yeah.
it as. Well, the Mothman is... There was a lot of other sightings involving... there was another family that... well, I'll get into it next episode. But he was very, very interested in a specific woman, apparently. One that would become kind of a main focal point for John Keel and the Men in Black.
The reporter, right?
The lady? Yeah.
Yeah, because the Men in Black went to her and asked her to stop reporting on alien sightings and Mothman sightings.
And she's like, no.
And she said no, and she also gave them a clicky pen, and they got super excited about it. And like the one guy let out a really weird
squeal,
screech,
yeah.
and like and like left.
Which, I mean, to be fair, if somebody gives me a good clicky pen, I will also react the same way because I fucking love clicky pens.
In Afghanistan, the kids, they really liked clicky pens.
Well, oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know what it was with the pens, but they liked pens.
In the next episode, next time we talk about Mothman, we're going to get into the big, big event that he's known for, which is the Silver Bridge disaster. Mothman has always been seen as kind of a precursor to bad things happening. He's always witnessed or seen floating around right before tragedy strikes, and the Silver Bridge is one of the big ones.
That's why we saw him on 9/11.
Well, well, maybe. He was reportedly, actually, allegedly seen near the Fukushima reactor. He was also reportedly seen around Chernobyl before the time of. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just little instances like that where they didn't name him as the Mothman, but they described a figure very akin to the Mothman. Now, of course, a lot of reports and a lot of people think that this was a bird that might have been in the area at the time.
There are some very large birds in the world.
And it was a heron crane type of bird, which they get massive. They really do. But
the glowing red eyes.
The fact that during that time of year, those birds aren't in that area because they've migrated. So unless it was one that was really fucking lost, and like slept past its migration pattern, there's no way that.
Why does this happen every
time?
year?
Nobody wakes me up.
He slept in.
So, there's not a lot. Usually, when it comes to like a cryptid of some sort, somebody has an explanation. Or years later, we finally come down to like, oh, it was this, or it was that, or like we've pretty much figured out that it could have been this. When it comes to the Mothman, everybody's like, I don't know, we don't fucking know, dude. It's one of those things. Like he's got a statue.
Yeah,
in the town.
it's cool.
I would.
I want to go to Mothman Days. It's like a festival they have.
Listen, at the time of this recording, we haven't finalized everything yet, but we are going to be getting our members' site open. We are going to start getting merch out. Those funds not only help us continue to bring you content, it funds our trips to be able to go do these things to bring you even more content. I want to go visit Point Pleasant.
You want to go to where Vampire Diaries was filmed?
No, that's not... what? No.
That's Supernatural. Dumb bitch.
You got me there. Actually, that's fair. That's fair.
It's spooky.
It's spooky. But no, we want to go do all these things. So, your support means a lot to us. Eventually, we would love to have sponsors.
Yeah, we went from like 3,000. We're almost at 6,000 hits in like a 2-week period.
Yeah.
Like 6,000 downloads.
Yeah.
We've almost doubled in 2 weeks.
Which, again, at the time of this recording, it's just after New Year. And we have been operating at this point in time 54 days. And we are at almost 6,000 downloads. which is fucking incredible. Thank you guys so much for that.
Yeah, seriously, I didn't think we'd get past 3 episodes, honestly.
It's true. We had that conversation. I'm like, oh, ye of little faith. But through scheduling conflicts and stuff, we're getting through it. I love doing this, and I love doing it with my best friend Kellen, and I love doing it with the community. I couldn't dream of a very better project.
I have a lot of fun, like, reading through some of the comments on Spotify and Apple and reading reviews. We had a review from... Here, I'll just do a shout-out real quick.
Let's fucking go. Shout-out.
Yeah, shout-out to Tahoe Mommy. She said we were funny and spooky, gave us 5 stars, said you guys are hilarious. I'm a fan from TikTok, and I'm excited to catch up with your podcast.
Love it. Whether you got love for us, whether you got hate for us, let us know. Like, we want to make this as great as we can for everybody to enjoy. Don't forget to send us in spooky stories so that when we do bonus episodes, we can read those out, talk about them, and all that fun stuff. Eventually, we'll have polls up to see where you guys want to see us travel to once we get to that point. So
yeah, we'll have polls for bonus episodes, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
someone actually gave us a link. Jana Peterson gave us a link to Ed Kemper reading a book.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Love that. I love to think that a lot of serial killers nowadays, if they were still alive, they would have cameos where you could pay them to, like, send you a message.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Jenny Pilkanis. I don't know if I read your name right. I apologize, but thank you for your comments and your support. Username is BEO.SEQ-US. Said we're doing awesome. Shit's funny in every episode. Look forward to more episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
So we're doing our best. We're glad that you guys are enjoying it.
Here we actually got a new one from 2 hours ago.
Ooh.
On John Wayne Gacy Part 2, Unlucky Harms commented and said there's a pretty song by Sufjan Stevens called John Wayne Gacy Jr. That's all they said. But anyway, thank you for your comment. I'm sure you left a review.
So this was just a toe dip into Mothman and the wild shenanigans behind him. Part 2, we're going to deep dive a little bit more into detail regarding the 3 big sightings that he's known for and kind of everything that led up to it, including the John Keel investigation and the Men in Black and their whole shtick. So thanks for sticking around. Again, keep an eye out for everything. We'll make announcements. Feel free to message us. Feel free to shoot us an email. And
we'll always respond to your messages, your comments, especially on Instagram. We can't really respond to comments on Spotify. Make sure to leave reviews on both Spotify, Apple, whatever you're using. It helps us get more views. So, yeah, just keep leaving us reviews and ratings. Keep leaving comments. Yeah, make sure to message us because we have some really cool bonus episodes planned. We just need a little more context. Send us your scary stories. Send us your... honestly, anything. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Send us your funniest sex story for all I give a shit. I'll read it.
Yeah. It could be... Spooky doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a haunting or supernatural thing. Whatever's spooky to you. Like, you're in the middle of having sex with your partner, and then you feel a wet, slimy, cold thing up your back, and it turns out it was the dog licking your asshole. Sure. Tell us that story.
Dude, that's fucking funny.
It's one of my biggest fears with having a dog.
Or, you're eating her out while she's bent over and she farts in your fucking nose.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Let
me know!
You just hear her go, oh, got your nose,
Yeah. Oh, got your nose.
Unhand me.
I do want to make a shirt that says unhand me. Unhand me, heathen.
Unhand me, heathen. All right, folks. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you again. Dios bendiga, best of luck. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Stay spooky, guys.
Go fuck yourselves.